Shalom, it's your brother Yeraku, and all praise to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Hashem, Rachakodash, for giving me a spirit to do this lesson. Shalom to the elect of Israel, the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, whom the Lord will have mercy on in these latter days. Shalom to the men of the Lord that are prophesying, preaching, and teaching on the highways and byways in sincerity and in truth. Shalom, shalom, and I have another quick article here, not article, but just more of a response to a video the Elder Apostle Tahar had posted on his page, and I just want to do a quick response to it. I do have another article that I'll show as well too, uh, basically showing you the mirth, the happiness of this place, man, is completely deteriorating, and it's as sad as the environment is, it's a blessing to see it because this place has lived, you know, basically horribly, this whole time. As the book of Revelation says, she's, lived deliciously, without any regard to the planet, the animals, the rest of the earth, definitely people for sure, at the expense of other people and mainly at Jake, the Israelites, you know. So I'll play this guy who's making a ridiculous and preposterous suggestion that really it is comical. You can see he put LOL on the title here. I'll let it play.
We still need people to wear the mask in public. We still need people to keep social distance and isolation. But Ryan, the one thing I want to try to get across today is we need to do that when we're in our homes also. As you know, I'm a lifelong San Antonian, grew up there, worked there for many years, and I know how many multi-generational families that we have. And while we believe the community is doing a great job of following the rules when they're outside of the home, we really need to be thinking about doing the same thing when we're inside the home. I mean, all of us are capable of catching this disease. None of us are immune from this. And the fact that we need to get across is in order to protect ourselves, we need to protect our families and our loved ones. We really need to be thinking about the care that we're providing inside the home right now to make sure that we're not spreading this disease inside the home and then making it come outside the house.
So let me get this straight. What you're effectively saying is that people should be wearing masks inside their own homes now?
Ryan, I'm saying if you can't socially...
So he had to question him because of what he said was so out there, and that's the exact same question that everyone watching this is gonna have, Like, are you serious, bro? We gotta wear masks inside of our house, just like a greasy, slimy oil salesman. He'll try to convince you that this is to help you. This is for your benefit, when really he's just plotting, man. He wants people to get this illness. He wants people, sick, and he wants them controllable. This is a mind control exercise, This is called social engineering to get people to comply, This is Proverbs 14 and 12. I'll start at 12. Says, there is a way which seemeth right unto a man, but the end thereof are the ways of death, because everybody's following these goddamn Edomites because they're getting on television to say, oh, you have to wear a mask or you got to stand 6 feet apart, and they'll believe such ridiculous, stupid, bullshit, but they'll pass by the men of the Lord that are on the highways and byways, but they'll believe this nonsense, because of who it's coming from, and it seems right, that we should just follow them, all the experts know, but the end thereof are the ways of death, and the scriptures tell you not to follow a multitude to do evil. I should have got that precept lined up. Actually, it just came to me, But these people are they're not right, man. You have to come out of this place entirely. That's why it's likened unto waking up, because following these ways, man, it's likened to being asleep. You're that unaware, Verse 13, it says, even in laughter the heart is sorrowful, and the end of that mirth is heaviness. Why? Because America's been partying and bullshitting for I don't know how long, in that heavy spirit, and Jake has been one of the main ones out there. As a matter of fact, Jake's the salt of the earth. The so-called Negroes and Latinos and Native Americans, we're really the salt of the earth. So that whole vibration, that whole party vibe, you know, really we're the trendsetters, of that. We've led the way in this, and that's why the Lord is going to start judging us first, you know. It says here, and the end of that mirth is heaviness, because there's nothing to be happy about, The same sorrow that you should have because of how enslaved we are and how battered we are, you know, it's still there, man. So once all this mirth is gone, what do you have left? You know, let's let this demon finish.
Distance and can't socially isolate, or if you've been out in public and exposing yourself and you haven't decontaminated yourself good enough when you get home, if you have someone that has underlying medical conditions at home, we really need to be thinking about that. Now, if you're the same 2 or 3 people that are living in the same house and you're really taking care of yourself and you're following all the rules, then you probably don't need to wear a mask in your home. But if you've gone out for Memorial Day or 4th of July, or you've gone out to parties, or you've
All of the things that they're trying to take away from you, he said, you've done this, you should really consider. Notice how they started once saying you should wear the mask for yourself, you know, and then when they realized how ridiculous and stupid, that was because the mortality rates were so low, then they said they're trying to guilt you now, and they're saying, oh, we should wear the mask to protect, old folks who are dying from the illness, you know. When in all actuality, they could just wear a mask if they're worried about respiratory, contracting it in their respiratory system, you know. So every time you give in, what does he do? He asks for more. Now that you've complied with the mask, you've complied with social distancing, what is he asking you to do now? I want you to wear the mask, when you're in the car. I want you to wear the mask, you know, when you're when you're in your home. He's gonna ask you to wear it in the shower when you sleep next, you know, because these are demons, man.
gone out to graduation parties, when you've gone out and you've come back in, you can be bringing that back inside. And I think it's no secret we all like to relax when we're at home. But if we're not paying attention to how the virus spreads,
No, we have to relax when we're at home. A home is supposed to be your place of rest. Anybody who's working, that's putting in work, you know, working 60, 70, 80 hours, man, you can't come home and not be relaxed. You can't afford to, man. Your body breaks down, your mind breaks down, you might as well be in prison, you know. One of the most grueling things about when we were in slavery is, man, we didn't have days off, man. We worked day to day to day to day, and every second we had to worry about some demon, you know, putting more oppression on us, more than we already have, and that's what this is, you know. It's not enough that we took your jobs, or you have to worry about your jobs, but even if you are working, when you got to wear the mask at work, you got to wear it in the car ride home, when you go into the grocery store, and now you got to wear it at home, you know, which is supposed to be your place of rest. This place is wicked as hell, man.
outside or inside the home, we're going to keep spreading this virus.
You know what? And at the end of the day, no one cares, Esau. No one cares, bro. Straight up. Let's did I read Ecclesiastes? I'll get that next. It says I'll read quickly through Isaiah 24 to 1 to 11 real quick. It says, behold, the Lord maketh the earth empty, and maketh it a waste, and turneth it upside down, and scattereth abroad the inhabitants thereof. And that is exactly what the Most High is doing right now, as you can see it. This whole vibration, the reason it's a shock is because it's hitting America. Americans are so used to being comfortable, that, it's like, the higher up you are, the worse the fall hurts, So America's been more comfortable than anybody. So to have all of this taken away so rapidly and so widespread, it's a major thing now. And that's how you know that we're in the end times. Verse 2, and it shall be as with the people, so with the priest, as with the servant, so with his master, as with the maid, So with her mistress, as with the buyer, so with the seller, as with the lender, so with the borrower, as with the taker of usury, so with the giver of usury to him. The land shall be utterly emptied and utterly spoiled, for the Lord Yahweh hath spoken his word. Call her law Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai, man. Because that is exactly what we're seeing here. It says, the earth mourneth and fadeth away, the world languisheth and fadeth away. The haughty people of the earth do languish, because the majority of the haughty people are in these goddamn Edomite nations, man. Y'all have the most pride, you know. You get that same spirit of pride from your master, which is Esau Edom, especially you so-called black women. You know, you're in that same spirit. You're in the so-called black woman is in the rulership spirit when she's really the worst. She's on the very bottom of everything. You know. Now, how can the person at the very bottom have that much pride, man? That's absurd. Verse 5, the earth is also defiled under the inhabitants thereof, because they have transgressed the laws, changed the ordinance, broken the everlasting covenant. Because Esau's changed everything, you know, everything that's the law, statutes, and commandments, all those guiding principles, you know, and the philosophy of the scriptures. He's completely forsaken those. And not just that, but he's turned people against him, you know. He's made it to seem like it's something that's wicked, you know. Verse 6, it says, therefore hath the curse devoured the earth, and they that dwell therein are desolate. Therefore the inhabitants of the earth are born, and few men left. The new wine mourneth, the vine languisheth, and the merry-hearted do sigh. And man, people are sighing. And it's a beautiful thing, because the men of the Lord have been sighing this entire time, realizing, you know, having that awareness of our curses, you know. You know, King Solomon wrote that surely oppression maketh the wise man mad, and once you come into this wisdom, the more angry you get, man. And so we've been feeling this, you know, this mourning spirit on us, you know, and that's why we cry out. It says, the mirth of tabrets ceaseth, the noise of them that rejoiceth endeth, the joy of the harp ceaseth. Because this is a perfect description of what's going on here in Babylon, man, which is America. They shall not drink wine with a song. Strong drink shall be bitter to them that drink it. The city of confusion is broken down. Every house is shut up, that no man may come in. There is a crying for wine in the streets. All joy is darkened. The mirth of the land is gone, you know. And what's another example of that? This right here is the Daily Mail, which really covers the UK, but this is all the beast nations, I should call them. It says experts say to turn off air conditioning to reduce risk of spread. I can't even I can't even read it. Experts say to turn off air conditioning to reduce risk of virus spread. Hey man, so he's not only telling you he's not only telling you not wear the mask everywhere. Now he wants you to wear it at home. And then this nigga's telling you to cut off the air conditioning, man. Hey, all of this joy, all of this comfort you so-called Negroes and Latinos and Native Americans have had, man, holding hands with this damn demon. Hey, that shit is going away quickly, isn't it? Shit's evaporating. UK experts say air conditioners increase risk of spreading novel coronavirus. AC units recirculate same air, which puts those close to infected people at risk. Opening window while AC is running or turning AC off could reduce risk. You know, now often, you know, Esau will make the suggestion first, and then eventually he already plans to make you do it. You know, he just wants you. He wants to sell it to you first. He wants to try to get you to do it willingly. But hey, man, holy hell is coming to this place, man, and people's minds can't take it. You internet thoughts, you know, on Instagram and OnlyFans. Hey, y'all gonna bug the hell out, you know, very very soon. WHO, which is the World Health Organization, acknowledged that the coronavirus can spread through droplets floating in air. Yikes, man. Yikes. This is my last precept here. This is Ecclesiastes 12 and let me see. I'll start at 3. Yeah, 12 and 3. In the day when the keepers of the house shall tremble, and the keepers of the house is Esau, Edom, because he's basically in rulership right now, you know. And who's the so-called white man? And the strong men shall bow themselves, and the grinders cease because they are few, because the unemployment is through the roof, and not just in America, all over. They shut the whole Western civilization down, pretty much, you know. Well, really more than that, because China's shut down in a lot of ways too. Um, and those that look out of the windows be darkened. It says, and the Lord shall be, and the Salakia, and the doors shall be shut in the streets when the sound of the grinding is low, and he shall rise up at the voice of the bird, and all the daughters of music shall be brought low. Let me continue to verse 5. It says, also when they shall be afraid of that which is nigh, and fear shall be in the way, because these chariots are going to start showing up. It's going to start becoming very, very, very evident that what days that we're living in. You know, this is the last minute of this wicked ass kingdom, man. It says, and the almond tree shall flourish, and the grasshopper shall be a burden. Hey, and aren't we seeing locusts, you know, all over Africa right now, just tearing up crops? And the desire shall fail, because man goeth to his long home, and the mourners go about the streets. Or says, or ever the silver cord be loosed, or the golden bowl be broken, or the pitcher be broken at the fountain, or the wheel broken at the cistern. Then shall the dust return to the earth as it was, and the spirit shall return unto the Most High who gave it. Vanity of vanities, saith the preacher. All is vanity, because that's what this whole all these things that everyone's crying about. Really, at the end of the day, most of it's vanity. You know, if you don't have the law, statutes, and commandments, you know, you don't have it in your mind, in your heart to do the will of the Heavenly Father at the forefront. Really nothing else that you've done or accomplished means anything, man. You know. So I just wanted to share that. Hopefully, I was able to edify you, brothers. You know, call halal Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rachak Wadash, Wa Abad Babal.